Commercial banks can use their excess reserves one of two ways. They can lend or save. Let's imagine that by saving their excess reserves at the Fed, this commercial bank can earn 6.5% interest. This interest rate is what we call the interest on reserves rate. It's the rate that the Fed, or a country's central bank, pays to commercial banks when they save their excess reserves. Now, in this case, the bank also has the option to lend to another commercial bank, and that will earn them 5%. Clearly, the commercial bank isn't going to lend. Of course, why would it lend at a lower rate than it could earn just by saving? So, looking at this on a graph, we can see that basically any interest rate under the interest on reserves rate is going to be off limits. And so another way of thinking about this is that the interest on reserves rate sets the floor for borrowing and lending. But let's say that the central bank lowers the interest on reserves rate. Now they're only paying 2% for bank savings. So the floor becomes 2%. And now that 5% that the other bank was offering, well, that seems like a pretty good deal. So this is a prime example of expansionary monetary policy in the ample reserves framework. Now that the interest on reserves rate is lower, banks will be more likely to lend, and that lending expands the money supply and boosts aggregate demand.